This conference will now be recorded.
Okay. So in the customer details, okay, we included the screen flow. So what is the screen flow name here? For example, okay, process details, screen flow or something like that, okay, SR flow. And so this is the one. So in this, along with normal flow action, okay, along with the normal flow action, okay, we will be having one more user interface rule. Okay, so what is that another user interface rule means? Now we will be learning. So in general, okay, if you want to display any of the UI, so how we used to display it? So if you want to display anything on the user interface to the user, so how we used to display? Where we are going to display the properties? So where we are going to display the properties? After creating the properties, which rule we are going to create to see the user interface?
Section.
Exactly. So we will be creating the section. So in the section, we will be creating the properties, right? In case if it is a section, okay, customer details section. So in this section, we are going to place the properties like customer name, okay, address, city, and all those things. And later, where we are going to refer this section?
In flow action.
Nice. So we are going to refer the section in the flow action. Okay. And this flow action will be referred from where?
In the flow.
Exactly. Okay. Flow action will be referred from the flow. In case if you want to display the multiple sections, then how we did it? Okay, like we had home address and again office, like the two things two sections we were having. So two sections if you want to display in one flow action, so how we could be able to do this?
We will keep a section in section.
Yeah. So that means we will be having something like a container section. Okay, so we'll be having something called a container section, and in the container section, okay, we'll be referring two sections. Okay, that means the first one is the flow action, and this is the container section, and this is like a home address, and this is like a office address. Okay, so we are going to be having these many number of the user interface rules. Okay, so flow action and then sections. Now when you run the flow, okay, now when you run the flow, what exactly you are going to see it? Run. Now this is the flow, right? Okay, when I run the flow, this is the user interface. Okay, this is the user interface. So in this user interface, which is our section? Only which part of the user interface is called our flow action? Out of all these things in the UI, okay, in this work object screen, out of all these, okay, which part we have created? Only from branch details to this policy expiry date. So these are the things we created. So these things we placed in the flow action. Okay, then how come we are getting remaining values? This work object ID and this application name, okay, and these buttons, and even okay, we as it is a screen flow, we used to see these tabs. Okay, so and here to move to the next one, okay, to move to the next one, what exactly we can do? Even we are going to select on the tabs itself. Okay, it's completed, it's completed, it's completed, like this. Okay, we had around three tabs, so all the three tabs, okay, we can just go by clicking on it. Otherwise we can also go further and back by selecting continue and again back also. Okay, so through the buttons also we can go, otherwise through the tabs also by clicking on it, we can move forward or backward. Okay, so how you are getting these buttons? Okay, as per my flow action, if this is the only thing which I created, how you are getting this one on the work object? So how can you know that? Okay, so if you want to know how exactly we can know that, okay, what is the rule name and all, if you want to know how exactly we can know that, we have something called live UI, right? Okay, so generally when you select the live UI, okay, from property level to the section or else everything on the UI we can see on the live UI layout here. Okay, so here also you can see this is the dynamic layout, okay, which contains policy details. And where exactly it contains? It contains in the dynamic layout. Okay, on top of this dynamic layout, okay, we have branch details also. This is also one of the section. And these two sections will be having in the one more dynamic layout. So this dynamic layout is under the policy details container. See, as we have around two sections, okay, we have something called policy details container section. And later we have something called policy details. Okay, that means only this part of the user interface we created. Okay, policy details only up to this part of the user interface we have created, but the remaining is all these things. Okay, even when you highlight it, you can see this. Okay, tabbed screen flow 7. So this is the harness, okay, which is like a top level container, okay, for the flow action to be displayed. And even this is under the PJ Studio. Okay, here the complete portal is under the PJ Studio. And even if you select this, okay, this is the header, PJ Studio header. Okay, that means all our, okay, all our menus and everything is under the PJ Studio header. Okay, this is the Explorer. See the left side bars. Okay, and container. Okay, under the container we have container tabs. Okay, so in this container tabs only, if you open multiple rules, so all the rules can be seen here. Okay, all the rules which we have opened is part of the this container tabs. And the next one is the tab group layout. Okay, so only one tab, and under that tabbed screen flow 7. So this is the one which is belongs to one particular tab. Okay, one particular our work object, okay, which we are seeing is on tabbed screen flow 7. Okay, so under the tabbed screen flow 7 we have something called PY case header outer. Okay, that means on top of our flow action, okay, we have something called PY case header outer. Okay, in this only this actions menu is there. Okay, and then we have the application label, and even it is like a formatted text, and it is like a new. Okay, so our status work it is showing. So likewise everything we are going to have under the PY case header outer. So how exactly we are getting this? Okay, how the PRPC okay knows that we need to use tabbed screen flow 7. Okay, why it is using tabbed screen flow 7 for displaying these flow actions? Okay, what is the need of it? Okay, what is the need of it? Why it is referring to tabbed screen flow 7? Okay, do we have anything else also? And is it possible to change those harnesses? Okay, is it possible to change those harnesses? Yeah, we can do all those things. So how exactly we can do means now we will learn. Okay, how exactly we can do all these things we will learn. Okay, now right now which I run, which flow I have run to display this one? Which flow I have run this to see this harness? Customer details flow, right? Okay, so this is under the 010102 version. Now I want to open the lower version. Okay, I want to open the lower version. So how can you open the lower version? Under the 010101 I want to see. So how we can go that? How we can open the customer details flow which is under the 010102? Can some generally from the work, from the flow, and from the customer details, if I click, what it will open? If I click on the customer details, which version it will pick? From 010101 or 010102, which one it is going to pick?
02 it will pick 010102.
Exactly. Okay, it will take always from the higher version, not from the lower version. Okay, so if I click on the customer details, you see again it will open 010102, and even in 010102 also, in case if you did the checked out, okay, so if I already did the checked out, then that checked out version will open. Okay, so otherwise it will open the 010102, which is already in the checked in mode. Okay, but what my question is, if you want to open the rule from the lower version, how can you see this? So there are 2 ways. Okay, there are 2 ways. The one is like, okay, here if you click on the actions menu on the flow, you will be seeing something called view versions. Okay, so on the view version right now, it is checked out from 010102. That means from the higher version, I did checked out. So that is there. And in case if you want to open from 010101, you can click on this. See, this is the very initial flow which we have created. And after that, we made all these changes. Okay, we have included all these assignments and decision shapes and subflow. Okay, so this is one way of opening the lower version. And the other way is like, generally to open any rule, we will be doing the search option. So customer details. Okay, so under the customer details, as usual, we will be seeing all the rules with the name customer details, whether it may be having some prefix or something else. Okay, in case, as I said, I want to open the customer details from the lower version. But generally after searching again, if you select customer details, it will take from the higher version. Okay, it will take from the higher version. But if you want to take it from the lower version, I think I already explained you, we have something called, okay, press enter to expand row. And once if you expand this, then again you will be seeing all the versions. See, it's there in the 010101, it's there in the 010102, and even it is also having checked out version. That means by doing the checked out, I did these many number of the changes. So even in case if you want to see the 010102 also, you can click on this. See, this is the way we had in 010102. But later, okay, these things we implemented through the decision shape. Okay, after making the changes to the decision shape, this was the flow. And later what I did, I implemented through the circumstancing. So before doing the circumstancing, I deleted all these things and I implemented like this. Okay, and even after the circumstancing also, okay, we included something called subprocess. So likewise, you can open all the versions and you can see what exactly it contains in that version. What are the flow shapes which it contains? What is the functionality it contains? You can see here. Okay. Now, for example, this is from 010102 version, but not checked out by me. Okay. That is checked out by me is this one. Right. So as it is checked out, you can see the check-in option also. And now can I do the changes in this? Can I do the changes in the 010102?
Yes.
So if you want to check out in the 010102, what you have to do? Even if I do the changes, for example, okay, I'm going to delete this shape. So can I select this? Okay, you are able to open the see the properties, but see, I'm not able to select it. Why am I not able to select it? Any rule, if you want to modify, first what you have to do? You have to check out. Okay, so if you want to check out, what it should contain? You should not be logged. See, this rule has been logged. Okay, so once the rule is logged, can we do the changes? No. Okay, so here it is already checked out by me. Here I can do the changes. Okay, this I already checked out. So in case you see check-in, implemented through, okay, implemented through subflow. Now here, can I do the changes? Can I do the changes here?
No, again you have to check out.
Yeah, exactly. Whenever you want to modify any rule, okay, as we applied the option of checkout and check-in, so first you have to do the checkout, then only you can do the changes. Okay, so and you can also see that as we cannot do the changes as it is locked. So this rule is locked. So then you need to do the checkout and then you can only do the changes. Okay, so now again I want to go for the previous version. Now can I go to the previous version? Yes. How you can go? Action, view versions 010101. But it contains only 2 assignments. And the latest 0102 contains the subprocess. But in between these two, we had something else. As I have shown you, we implemented the functionality without subprocess. So where it's gone now? Why? Because that functionality also you implemented in 010102. Okay, without the subprocess. And later I made the changes through the subprocess. And now as I checked in, okay, so it has been overridden that changes. Okay, it's been overridden. But still I want to see, even in the 010102, okay, so before I made these changes, whatever I checked in, that if you want to see where exactly, you can see that you can see from the history. Okay, view full history. Okay, here in the view full history, okay, you can see that, okay, how many times you checked in and who all are checked in. Okay, who made the changes and by giving what changes. Like this, everything you can see the history of all the changes made by the operators. So right now I only worked on that, only developer one worked on it. So he did the changes and he checked in, you can see this. In case if any other operator made the changes and if he check in the rule, then you can see that this is been updated by the, okay, so some administrator at HDFC or else Satish at HDFC or else Prabhu at HDFC, something like that. Okay, you can see that. And this is the check-in comments which I have given. So just now when I was doing the check-in, I have given implemented through subflow. Okay, when I did it, okay, just now at 10:18, something like that. Okay, and if you want to see those changes, we have something called click to review the rule as it was before this change. So now if you click on that, even you can see that. See. Likewise, all the things you can see, all the check, all the rules before check-in, everything you can see from here. See, every time, as many times you checked in. So for each and every checked in and checked out, what all are the changes you can see. So this is the first time and this is the later one and this is the after that and this is the current one. The highest, latest changes are on the current one, like this. Got it right? Is everyone understanding?
Yeah, yes.
Okay, good. So I'm not sure others. So as I got the confirmation, I'm moving further. In case if you say I did not understand, then only I can repeat it. Okay. So now in case I just wanted to see by run this flow. Okay, you can run it from any flow. But again, if you want to do the changes, you can only make the changes from the highest version.
We can
Okay, so
restore the previous history. Like in history, you are saying previous version, like previous.
yes, exactly.
We can
Yes,
restore it.
Yeah, we can restore it.
Okay.
Okay, but once after you restore it, okay, and if you check in again, these changes will go away. Okay, these changes will be overridden with the restored version.
Yes.
Okay, yeah, so that's why we should be very careful. Always the latest version contains so many changes, right, with various developers and various users. Okay, so it is not suggestible to restore it. Only once if you delete, then only it's better to restore. But if you made changes in the highest version, it is not suggestible to restore the from the old version. So it's suggestible to add the changes in case if you want to apply these changes, okay, it is suggestible to make the changes in the higher version. So do those changes and again check in it.
Okay.
Yeah, now so let me go to the 010101 version, and so this is from 010101, that is from 010102. Okay, so I just wanted to run the 010101 and see. So run it. Okay, so once if you run this, and now I just wanted to see how it will be there. Okay. So this is Z91, and this, the highest version is from Z92. Okay, Z91 and Z92. Okay, so it is applying the same series, same sequence. It is continuing Z91 and Z92. Why? Because both are referring to the same flow. Okay, both are referring to the same flow. As we said that the work object ID generation, okay, prefix and everything we can give under the application rule. Okay, so I'm not sure again how many of you remember. Okay, under the application rule we used to give which should be the prefix and all like that. See, here we have given Z hyphen. Okay, so it is taken from the application rule. So for the customer details, it is taking Z hyphen. Now, so I just wanted to have one more flow without the subflow. Okay, so subflow, screen flow. Okay, so for example, there is a just test flow is there. Okay, so it doesn't have anything. So this is not the screen flow. So where we can refer the fluctuation, we can refer the fluctuations at the connector level. Okay, so customer details is something like this, and then policy details. Okay, and still again if you want to have one more. I did not give any labels, but in case if you want, you can give the labels at the assignment level. These label only you can see while displaying the fluctuation. Why? Because the fluctuation will be always referring to the assignment. I think the first one is customer details, right? Customer policy details. This should be the customer details. Okay. So this is a standard flow, means it's a process flow. So you will not be having any tabs over there. Okay, you will not be having any tabs over there. So, and even when you move to the second one, okay, so you cannot go back to the previous one. In the process flow, you cannot go back to the previous one. Okay, you can only move further. So now if you see the live UI, okay, so if you see the live UI, now what is the harness it is referring to? How you can know that? Okay, this is one of the section, right? This is one of the section, and this section is under the section of policy details container, and this is under the section under the flow action of policy details. Okay, that means only up to this part we have created. Okay, but this is referring to the which main user interface part, means this is the one. Okay, so this is the harness which is called perform. Okay, this is the harness which is called perform. So in the perform harness, our complete information is there. Our work object related complete information is there. Okay, so this case header router and py case main. I hope you are able to see this. It is going to highlight. Okay, even in the left side, see, it is going to highlight with this color, whichever I am selecting. Px feed, okay, non-auto generated, py case main inner, okay, action area, okay, and even where these buttons are there, that if you want to see, so that is there under the py case action area buttons. Okay, so where this section is there, so these all are there in the perform harness. Okay, these all are there in the perform harness. So the complete work object information will be under the perform harness. Okay, so how this perform harness is coming, and when you see the other one earlier which contains the tabbed screen flow. Okay, so here which harness is there?
PZ Studio.
PJ Studio is a complete portal, but till our work object level,
Okay.
tabbed screen.
Screen flow. Screen flow.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
So we are first we will concentrate only the things which is required for our work object. Okay, so this is the tabbed screen flow, and there it was the perform. Okay, so and then when you move further, is it going to change this? Continue. Okay, so here also if you see the live UI, this will also contains the same. Same means what?
Same work object harness.
Work object harness. What is that harness name? Tabbed screen flow.
Tabbed screen.
Okay, so this tabbed screen flow will be available till which flow action? Now this is also
yes,
exactly.
after completion of these tabs. How many tabs?
Yeah, exactly. Until unless you complete this four-wheeler section. So now I came out of the tabbed screen flow. Right? Now this is not a tabbed screen flow. So then what is this flow? This is the standard flow. Okay, now I came out of the tabbed screen flow and presently I am at the display all customers, that is the customer details assignment. Okay, so now this is referring to the which flow, which harness it is referring to the. So now if you see that, okay, it will not be tabbed screen flow now. Okay, it will not be tabbed screen flow. Then what is this screen flow name? What is this flow name? These all are the properties. After all these properties, under the all customers section which we created, and that is under the customer details FA which we created. So now still if you move up, if you scroll up, okay, so then you can see that harness name flow action is under this section. Okay, section. Okay, all these go up, and here we'll be seeing this. So once if you come out of the tabbed screen flow, it is displaying the perform harness. Okay, in the perform harness. So in case if you feel difficult like this to refer it, so there is a one simple way is there. So where this flow action is there, so if you just click it and if you just select this up arrow, okay, it is showing this. Okay, so this is under this, under the perform harness. Okay, this is under the perform harness like this. Okay, and even okay, so if you move to the next screen also, what exactly it contains if you want to see. Okay, so how exactly you can go select live UI and then go from any section or any level. So this section, select up arrow. Okay. Okay, so this customer details container is there in the customer details container, and then non-auto generated, and then py case action area, and then py case main in now. This is in py case main, and then it is in perform. See, that means all the process flow related flow actions are referring to the perform harness, and all the screen flow is referring to the tabbed screen flow 7. Okay, so this will be there till which part? This harness will be available till which part? Let me go ahead. Submit. Okay, customer search. This is also by us. After the customer search, we have vehicle details. So go to our flow. Where is the vehicle details? Yeah, here you go. So this is the last. This is the last flow action which we referred. So after that vehicle details, now if you submit, okay, we are going to display something else. Thank you. So what is this harness? So this is also same or something else. So if you want to see that, select live UI, and now this layout. Okay, so this dynamic layout. Yeah, anyway, it's got confirm. So if you want, you can refer one by one. Okay, so from here you can go. So py case information overview like this now confirm. So at the end it is going to display the confirm harness by confirming thank you. The next step in this case has been routed appropriately. That means it's completed all your information. Okay. So like this, it is going to display the harnesses. Okay. But here mainly if you want to see, okay, we will be having new perform, confirm, review, reopen harnesses. Okay, so for the screen flows, you'll be having tabbed screen flow. Okay, likewise. But by default, the Pega harnesses means new perform, confirm, review, reopen, and along with that few tabbed harnesses for displaying the tabbed screen flows. Okay, so how exactly you can get all these things? Okay, is it possible to change ourselves? Yes, it's possible. Okay, in case if you want to modify, it's possible to change these harnesses. So how exactly we can change? Where exactly we can refer the modified rules? Okay, that we will discuss now. Now first for this test flow, when I run actions, okay, run. Okay, so this is the one flow action which we are displaying. Okay, so this flow action, as I said, okay, it will be under the perform. Okay, so where exactly we can refer this? Means here. Okay, if you open the assignment, under the assignment properties, okay, so under the assignment details, you will be having the harness name. Okay, so how many of you remember in these assignment properties along with the harness? Okay, in the last class we discussed to add something else. What is that? By going to this assignment properties, Okay, we have added something else. What is that?
Local action.
Local action. Yes. Okay. So along with the local actions, we can also add something called harnesses here. Okay. We can refer the harness which you wanted to refer, which you wanted to display to refer this flow action. Okay. So perform harness is the top level user interface rule which refers to the displaying the flow actions, otherwise local actions. Okay. So if you press the down arrow, you can see there are m number of the harnesses, and out of all these, few are created by us, and at the same time there are few are from Pega default. Okay, Pega default OOTB flow actions available. Okay, so what do you mean by OOTB? Anybody has the idea?
Out.
Out of the box. Okay, OOTB means out of the box. Okay, that means the functionality which is given by Pega that we are using, that is called OOTB functionality. Okay, OOTB rules. Okay, this new perform, confirm, review, reopen, tabbed screen flow, these all are the OOTB harnesses which we can reuse for our requirement. Okay. And one more thing after the perform. Okay, so even for the start shape, okay, can we select something? Do we have the option to select the harnesses? No, right? Why? Because at this moment we don't have anything to display. So it is just starting the flow and immediately it is coming to the assignment. And once if it comes to the assignment, here we are going to be displaying the what? Flow action. So to display the flow action, we need some buttons and some headers and all those things. So for having all those things, okay, we can refer the harness at the assignment level. Okay, that is the perform harness. And so this is the for normal process flow. And in case if you have something called screen flow. Screen flow. So what is the screen flow which we use here for this sub process? What is the screen flow name we used? Customer details screen flow. So when you open this customer details screen flow, okay, so actually in the process flow, the flow action where we referred at the connector level, but in the screen flow where we are referring the flow action at the assignment level, right? Okay, now so can we select the harness here also? Do we have the option again? No. Why? Okay, why? Because here across the screen flow we can only refer one harness. Across the screen flow only one harness is possible. We cannot have different harnesses for each and every assignment. So then, okay, so when you run the screen flow, it is displaying through the tabbed screen flow 7. So how exactly it is taking that? From where it is taking that? See, only for the screen flow, the harness which you want to refer will be taken from the start shape. Okay, from the start shape till the end of the screen flow, it will be referring to the same harness. So we cannot give the harness name in each and every assignment level. Okay, so if you want to change this, you have to change at the start shape level. Okay, so we have various types again. Tabbed screen flow 7. From the 7 version onwards, we have tabbed screen flow 7. Okay, for the previous versions, it has something called tabbed screen flow 6 and earlier versions 5, 4. Okay, and we have something called tree navigation 7. So what happens if you select tree navigation 7? Let me see. Submit and then save it. Okay, so go to the main flow. Now run it. Seeing any difference? Tabbed screen flow means we were getting here.
Right side, you are getting.
Yeah, here we are getting at the right side. Vehicle insurance. Okay, four-wheeler section like this. Yeah, now it's finished the screen flow. It came out from the screen flow and it came to the process flow. Okay, so like this, okay, we can even change the screen flow format. So the harness, okay, so which you wanted to use, we can select from the start shape. So like this, there are n number of the harnesses. So if you want, we can try it out. But generally for the screen flow, okay, we can see, we can use tablet screen flow, tree navigation 7. Okay, for other things again, you can try it out. But most probably they are not much useful. Okay, these like rule form, okay. So all these things available. Okay, but mainly we can concentrate on the reopen, review, okay, and we will be having something called confirm, okay, new, okay, perform, new perform, and then confirm like this. Okay, these are the 5 harnesses mainly useful: new, perform, confirm, review, reopen. Okay, and then okay, for the screen flow, tabbed screen flow and tree screen flow, tree navigation flow, we can use it. So let me keep the tabbed screen flow or something else. Yeah, then submit. Okay, save it. Okay. Now, as we said, is it possible to modify these harnesses? Right now, what is the harness here? We are using, this is something like perform harness. So in the perform harness, okay, along with the header, okay, along with our flow action, okay, we have something called case details. Under that, okay, we have last updated by, created by, okay, what are the open assignments? That means currently in which assignment we are working on. That is the current customer details flow action. Okay, and so the followers, attachments, all these things. And I would like to tell this is something called, okay, you are here. Okay, how many of you remember again? Under the actions, I have shown you something like, where am I? Okay, that is also, it is like you are here. So that means where I am working in the flow, that you can see here. Okay, once if you finish this one and if you go to the next assignment, here you will get the tick mark and this arrow will be under the second assignment. So likewise in the flow where you are working, if you want to see, then you can use where am I. Okay, that is the icon for this where am I. Okay, and in case if you have any attachments, we can see here, right? So in case if you don't want all these options here, okay, if you don't want all these, I want to remove them. Okay, and even in the below we have something called information and audit and all these things like this. Okay, so if you don't want this, so you need to remove it. How you can remove it? If you want to remove, first of all you need to know in which parent to user interface rule it contains. So as I said, okay, this is all in part of the which one? These all are part of the which harness?
And tablet 7.
No man, we came out from the tab na. This is not a tab screen flow, we came out of that. Those 3 flow actions are completed, right? Tab screen flow,
Yes.
flow action. Okay, so once if you come out of tab screen flow, which is the harness referring to?
Confirm.
No man, perform.
Like after
Confirm will be only at the
submitting.
end of the flow. Okay, confirm will be only at the end of the flow. That says that okay, you successfully completed and we routed to the respective operator. Something like that. The confirm message will be displayed in the confirm harness. But until unless you are in the flow, you will be in the perform harness. Still doubt? See where we have all these things. See under the perform. Think still doubt? See this one also. Where this is referring to the. See it's under the perform harness. Okay, until unless you reach the end of the flow, it will not be confirmed. Okay, but even in this perform, I wanted to make the changes. So how you can make the changes? Open that rule. Okay, see this is the actual perform harness. Okay, which contains our work class. Okay, so it displays our work class. Okay, so and then we will be having work object ID and then status. See new and configure case type. Okay, so refresh, no feed items, all these things. Okay, see here case details, last updated by, created by. You have seen, right? All these things, attachments, participants, followers. See open assignments, attachments, followers, participants. Okay, last updated by, created by, everything we can see here. Now as I said, I don't want to display the created by and last updated by, these two properties I don't want it. Okay, so if you want to remove this, how you can remove it? We need to modify this perform rule. Okay, how exactly you can modify? If you want to modify, what you have to do? You need to check out. So can I do the checkout of this? It's logged.
Privated. Yeah.
So once if it is logged, how can you check out it? Do we have the checkout option here? Why we don't have the checkout option? Come on guys, think. This perform harness is created by us. It's default to OOTB
No.
harness, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
because as it is
that is there in UI-kit rule set. So is it created by us? No, that is also Pega rule set. So in the Pega rule set, you cannot make any changes. Those rule sets are logged by Pega. We don't have any other open versions to make the changes. See, this is the UI-kit Pega rule set one. It contains these all are the versions. But do we have any rule set which is in the open? No, right? Okay.
we have to create our own rule set to delete
Yeah,
that.
exactly. If you want unlock and save, we don't know the password. If you lost the password. So I don't know what the Pega has given the password. Then how? In that case, we cannot make the changes in this rule set. So what we can do is we can save as, generally while doing the save as, we are going to keep the classes and the rule sets and versions, everything as it is. Okay, this perform harness, okay, we were giving the applies to, okay, this rule set and everything same. But this time, what it is showing, HDFC insurance implementation. Okay, it is not showing UI-kit. Why? Because that is the Pega rule set. We cannot have it. So save it in your rule set and in your version. Create and open. So once if you have the rule in your rule set, next time when you run the flow, it will take from your rule set only, not from the UI-kit rule set, which is the Pega. So here, if you make any changes, those changes will be applicable to you. Okay, and So totally how many parts it contains? So this perform harness having one screen layout. Okay, so this is one part and then this is another part. Okay, so this is referring to the what? This is referring to the py case main section. Okay, which contains all these small sections again. Okay. Like this. So these all are the things we have. Now which we wanted to remove, case details we wanted to remove, right? So where we have these case details, so instead of finding the rules like this, so what is the simple way to find this where exactly it contains? Go to the work object. Okay, select this case details last updated by or created by. Okay, now this property is referring to the which section? It's under the section of what? What happened? Yeah, py case details last update. Okay, this is a section which contains this one. This is under the which section again? Py case details. Okay, this is under the which section? Py case details wrapper. Okay, so just if you remove these properties from the case details wrapper, then it will automatically remove the values. Okay, or else from the py case details. So just to open this, see like this. Okay, now save as this. Okay, we have maximum. Now I'm saving to the our own rule set and version. Okay, this is the rule which contains, but we just wanted to remove this. Okay, so if you want to remove it, you can delete from here. Okay. Again, this is also on the UI kit, so save as to your own version. And you can either delete them permanently or you can apply some visible condition also.
like display none.
Okay, so visibility always is there. Okay, give when rule, and there is some predefined OOTB Pega when rule is there. That is something called never. Okay, so submit and then save it. Okay, so now when you run this, see, so last updated by is not showing. Okay, the value is not showing. We just visible condition we made the false for the value. Okay, not for the label. So if you want to apply this for the label also, so go to the top level and if in that you can apply it. So likewise you can modify the default harnesses as well. Okay, by saving as those rules into your version instead of the same Pega OOTB rule sets. Okay, we are saving to the our own rule sets, and then there we are going to make the changes. So when you run the work object, those changes which you made is going to be applicable for that. Okay. So understood? Any queries? So
Like if you,
yeah, please tell me.
yes, if you see the screen flow, like a tab screen flow, it looks like very plain. Like if customer needs something very like in normal web development, we'll keep so much styles and everything, like colorful and animations using JavaScript like that. And here, is it possible? Like if customer asks,
Yeah, here if you remove all these things, okay, if you remove all these things, then it will be like a normal only.
yeah, like a tab screen flow. If you like one screen flow to another screen flow, if it is jumping from one to another, like some animations like that, we can keep like that, or it is not suggestible that way.
No, it's not suggestible. Generally, when we will go for the tabbed screen flow means, have you anybody taken the online exams?
Sorry?
Online exams, have anybody written? Online exams.
No.
Either maybe CSA or CSSA or else any of the some other competitive exams. Nowadays everything is doing through online exams, right? So through the computer website, okay, we are going to write the exams. So in the exams generally, okay, we'll be seeing the questions 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 till 60 or 100, something like that. So once if I move to the second question or third question, if you want to come back to the previous question, okay, so in those cases generally, okay, we will be going for the tabbed screen flows. Okay, so in that case, it will not commit your exam. Okay, only at the end of the flow, when you select the complete exam or submit the exam, then only it is going to commit. So the tabbed screen flow will not commit for each and every question. Okay, only at the end of the flow only it is going to commit the work object. So same thing for the exam also here also. So to apply those kind of the scenarios, we will go for the screen flows.
Yes.
Clear?
Yeah.
Okay. Any other questions? Okay. Yeah, if not, yeah, we will mind up and we'll see you tomorrow. Okay. Yeah, have a good day, guys.
Yeah, thank you.